I went into the hospital and they like pretty much laid out the 2.5 year chemo plan and your treatment process and what's going to happen over the next 2.5 years. And then it was obvious, it was like it started right away, like they put in the central port. I got diagnosed on a Friday, I was already getting chemo on Monday. So it was like very fast. And the next step was I would go to school Monday through Friday, and then Friday night go into the hospital all the way till Sunday, and then go home Sunday night, go to school. So it was like very rigorous for like the 2.5 years. And then once that moved in, it took like 6 weeks to get the cancer like in remission, and then after it was the 2.5 years to make sure like everything was gone, and then it's 5 years for survivor clinic.
Okay.
So.
What do you remember about that time?
I mean, I remember bits and pieces of it, but not all of it. So like when I was writing the book, I had to like ask my mom a lot of the information. But I remember like the first weekend I went in, when I was 4, I was almost 5. It was like a couple of weeks, and then I was gonna be 5. So I mean, it wasn't like I was exactly 4.
Yeah.
But what else? I kind of remember like some of the treatments. I remember like the playroom where I played, the room that I stayed in, most of the nurses. That's pretty much it. I mean, not that much.
Do you remember how much your parents told you about what was going on?
For the most part, I mean, they always just told me that I wasn't sick. I just had leukemia. And then like once I got through it, like what my mom said on the news.
Yeah.
That we're gonna get through it, and that you have to like stay positive, and you're gonna be fine. Just like things like that.
So then, how old were you when you wrote the book or thought about writing it?
I wrote this book this year. So I was 17, 18. And I never really liked talking about like my cancer, like going through chemo, or like, oh, I had leukemia. Like if like my mom would tell people, or people would find out through like maybe like other people. But like now I'm like really open about talking about it and everything. Like you can ask me any questions and I can like tell you like pretty much everything. And I'm like, I don't really care. No, I'll just talk about it.
Yeah. Why now?
I don't know. I don't know what took me so long. It was just very, it's not like I was ashamed of, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't want to talk about it. It was just something that I just never really talked about until my mom kind of like had the idea, oh, you should write a book for Gold Award Project and give back.
Now that's your senior project you have to do, correct?
Yeah, well, I did it for my Gold Award, but I worked on for my senior project. I did this, and then there was other requirements that I had to do to fulfill the Gold Award. So, like, for my Gold Award,
What's your Gold Award?
This book.
But I mean, what's it for? Is it for school?
No, it's for Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So, I had to do like 60 hours of community service. I had to do like all these pre-workshops. I had to meet down with my advisor, like plan out what we wanted to do, and then I eventually ended up donating the book to UMass Memorial Hospital and Wyoming Sherry House in Worcester, both in Worcester. So then I'm actually going on June 9th. I don't know, there's the little pamphlet I got, like the town one.
Oh, yep.
They presented it to me. And then I go June 9th for the actual Gold Award. So I have like my own booth and set up, and then I give like a little presentation and everything for it.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's cool.
So tell me about the book.
The book.
Is it for...
Yeah, well, it's for all ages. I mean, it's like very easy to read. It's more like, it's like easy. It's like nice and big, and like there's a lot of pictures too. So it's 5 chapters, and it just goes in on like the weekend I got diagnosed, then going into the treatment, and like what my mom did to keep me really healthy, like what she fed me, all the good fruits and vegetables, always being happy, like how my family and the power of prayer like was always like very into it. And then I kind of went into some of the complications that I had, and then where I am now.
What's the biggest piece of advice you can give, a young kid or a family going through what you went through?
I think just to stay positive. I mean, because I feel like your body is doing the best when you're at its happiest point. So, like, when you're, like, having a bad day or you're not doing so hot, you just got to pull through and you got to stay positive, and you're going to be like, I'm going to make it through this. I'm going to stay strong, I'm going to be positive, and I am going to make it to the end.